Hello viewers, do you remember Shinebag protest of 2019 which continued for a large number of period, and there were also protests across India against Citizenship Amendment Act 2019. Well, these protests died down over a period of time because of COVID, but then the act was kept in suspended animation, rules were not framed. Now, the government of India has clarified and published the rules for CAA 2019 on 11th March 2024. Recollect the facts. The act was passed by the Lok Sabha on 9th December 2019 and by Rajya Sabha on 11th December 2019. It received the presidential assent on 12th December 2019. There it amended Citizenship Act 1955, and thereafter the huge protest broke out at Shinebag and other places across India, especially in Assam, Northeast, etc., West Bengal, and these protests died down once the COVID struck the country in March 2020. However, now the rules which were to be framed within 6 months of passing of the law kept on getting postponement by government taking extension from the parliament. However, on 11th March, they have been finally promulgated and an online portal has become operational. So, the questions in your mind may be, what is this act, why it was opposed, and what could be its future? So, let's first try and understand the basic act of Citizenship Act 1955, which it amends. This act was passed in 1955 and governs the citizenship of India. So, a person can be citizen of India first by birth like you and me. It could be by descent if your parents up to were Indians, that is, if up to 1992 anyone who's either of the parent was Indian could get a citizenship by applying. However, after that the amendments were made and a different procedure like proving that the child does not have citizenship of another country was brought in. The other way of getting citizenship is by registration, under which various categories like overseas citizen of India, etc., etc., have been promulgated. Then the naturalization. The person comes to India under valid document, stays here for 11 years and then applies for Indian citizenship. Example is Mrs. Sonia Gandhi. Then these people have to fulfill the conditions which are given in the third schedule. And the last but not the least is the territorial integration. When any region joins India, becomes part of India, the citizens of that place who were residing before joining India becomes citizen of India. Example is Sikkim, which joined India in the 70s or became part, or Goa 1961. So these are the various methods through which one could become the citizen of India. Now we come to CAA, that is the amendment which was carried out in 2019 and some of its important features. First and the foremost, this amendment relates to specific procedures for Hindus, Sikhs, Parsis, Buddhists, Jains and Christians belonging to the three countries which have declared themselves as Islamic nations and are in our neighborhood, that is Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh. What this act does, it reduces the period for naturalization from 11 years to 5 years. So the eligible date becomes 31st December 2014. Anyone who has come 5 years before that could get it. That is 2014 could get it. The main cause here is that religious persecution. These are the religious minorities which are not given their rights, which are under threat in these three Islamic states, and hence they need to be given a priority as they separated once upon a time from India. Now, once these people get the citizenship, they will be deemed citizen of India from the date they entered India and not the date they applied. Second is all legal proceedings against them in various courts which were going on for being illegal migration or citizenship would be closed once they apply and get the citizenship. What it does not apply to, this Citizenship Amendment Act does not apply to all areas of India. First and the foremost, this does not apply to the areas which are notified in the 6th schedule of Constitution. Basically, autonomous tribal dominated areas of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. It also does not apply to the areas where inner line permit system exists, that is basically Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, Nagaland, Manipur, Lakshadweep and Himachal Pradesh. Also, it does not amend the provisions for others to apply for naturalization. That means a normal citizen, be it from USA or Pakistan or Afghanistan, who does not belong to these categories, can apply and get citizenship after residing for 11 years as per the procedure. So this was one issue which a lot of people had doubts that Muslims are not getting. Muslims are going to get it, but the period is not shortened. Then this also brings in an interesting amendment whereby the registration of overseas citizen of India can be cancelled if they violate any laws of India. Earlier this provision was not there. And now there are going to be committees at the district level comprising of various security agencies, the district magistrate, the collector, etc., who will scrutinize the application and then approve them as per the procedure. Then we come to the question, why were there protests and why there are going to be protests likely? They are already erupted in some places like Assam, West Bengal. However, Delhi is still quiet. Shaheen Bagh has still not started. First and the foremost grudge the people have is that it discriminates against Muslims. It does not give them equal chance though they belong to Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh. The government's counter argument is that these are Islamic nations, they are the majority and they are not under threat, unlike the other minorities. Also, there is a perceived potential impact on National Population Register 2020 and Register of Citizenship, that is NRC, which government wanted to implement and has kept it in pending. In fact, when it was implemented in Assam, a lot of people had protests, they were not made citizens, and there were a lot of controversies. Also, this act for the first time gives citizenship on the basis of religion, a priority over religion, which a lot of people say goes against the ethos of India's secularism. Also, civil society termed it as a Hindutva agenda of the BJP, which is the party in power. In Assam, it was protested as it violates the Assam Accord of 1995. And last but not the least, there were rumors that this act would take away the citizenship of Indian Muslims, which government has been clarifying number of times that it won't happen. Now, the rules were announced on 11 March. Till now, there haven't been any major protests. So why is 2024 different from 2019? The first is the timing. The rules were announced just as the holy month of Ramzan was to begin on 12th March. Secondly, the elections are round the corner. The opposition parties do not want to rake up this issue and be seen as anti-Hindus. So there are political compulsions. We'll not get into further details of it, whether the profit or loss, but suffice to say that because of the political reasons, many opposition parties do not want to rake it up on a major scale. Also, government has roped in the various leaders of Muslim community to allay fears of Muslims that it is against them, it will take away their citizenship. So that has been an important thing. Also, over a period of time, lots of clarifications have been brought out on the Citizenship Act, the various myths and various truths which are actually existing. Secondly, the number of people who will be applying for Indian citizenship from these minorities, what it was perceived and what it is actual, is going to be much lesser, as only about 1,450 people have applied till 2022. So the number is not going to be very high as it was perceived earlier, and it won't change the demography of many states. Also, a lot of people feel that legal option, that is going to the Supreme Court, going to the High Court, going to the various courts, may be a better option than carrying out mass protests at this juncture. So this is all about Citizenship Amendment Act that we have seen. I'm sure this act is going to be in news for some days, as it will be challenged in the courts. The courts will give their ruling and we are going to hear about it. So for this, we come to an end of this today's episode. Till we meet next time, thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.